I'm going to do a side yard update. These seeds that I planted are grass seeds. I think they were bird seed. So I'm going to save these and feed the birds. And I think these are carnations. And that's zinnia, so I'm going to have flowers soon. This is the triglydia seed pods. This is the old bloom that's drying up. This is more of the bird seed that's producing seeds. And I think that's more carnations. I'm going to have flower stalks soon on this. These are bulbs. I think I got it from 99-cent store or the Dollar Tree. This is more zinnia. And I already have some blooms. Yeah, it's hard to focus. And these purple or blue flowers are from bulb. These are carnations. I had to tie this up because this kept falling down. So these are really pretty carnations. It's a different variety. All these different kinds of flowers. Some of them are striped. My cilantro is going to seed, so I'm going to save the seeds and plant it for next year. And here is a blooming triglydia. They really are pretty when they bloom. The bloom only lasts one day. Not even a full day, I think. Okay, so here's another flower pod. Hopefully no worm eats it. These are the tomatoes that I grew from seed. And this is the squash, the yellow squash that I grew from seed. And I found out why the leaves were turning white is because it's mold, and if you don't spray the leaves once or twice a week, that's why the mold starts growing. So this year I started spraying even on the tomato plants. The leaves start turning white from mold, so I've been spraying the leaves, and it seems like it's working so far. July is usually when they started showing the white leaves. So I think it's good. It seems to be working. So here is a flower. This is the female flower. I just watered so this flower is full of water. Let me just pour it out a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pollinate with this. This is a male flower. This is the male flower. That's the pollen in there. And then what you do is to pollinate, you rub this center part along this here. And that will pollinate so that the squash will grow. So I remove the petals so that it opens up the flower, and that way you'll get some squash. This is more of the tomato plant that I grew from seed, and here is more zinnia that I grew from the seed from last year. There's another tomato plant that I grew from seed. These are the tomato plants that I got from Home Depot. They're huge now. And I have a lot of tomatoes. Tomatoes are going to get ripe soon. They're pretty big. There's more tomato that I grew from seed. And this is the cucumber I grew from seed. There is a, hopefully I'll get a cucumber from this flower here. I didn't pollinate it myself. This is, I think this is a cucumber that's going to grow. I think I did pollinate that one. These are the sunflowers that I grew from seed, dwarf sunflowers. And this is the tomato plant I got from Home Depot that grows these pear-shaped tomatoes. And I think I'm going to have quite a few of those because I have a lot of flowers. And I have a lot of serrano peppers and more flowers, so I think I'm going to be all set for serrano peppers for a while. I have a lot of lemons. If I don't pick them, they fall off and then they start rotting on the ground, so I have to pick some more of the lemons. This is my basil that I grew from seed. I had a whole packet of basil and those are the only two that grew. This is more of the yellow squash. Oh, there's a bird. It wants me to move away so it could eat the birdseed. So here is another yellow squash that I'm going to have to pollinate myself to make sure that it produces. This is another one. And these are the ones that I grew later from seed. I've only planted 3 and 3 sprouted. So I'll have a good harvest pretty soon. That's my side yard update for today.